Battery's charging, about to go out and do a little bit of an overgrown backyard. I was about to use the AEG battery line trimmer again, but I have this one here, so I'm going to unbox it, give this thing a go, and then I'm going to give Karthik a go of it tomorrow. He's got a lawn or two to do, and we'll talk about it on the podcast next week. So it's the AEG 58 volt. This is the line trimmer kit. It's actually a multi-tool, a combi tool, which means it's got the power head, and you can fit different attachments onto it. This particular setup comes with a line trimmer head, but you can get the hedger, you can get the blade edger, there'll be a pole saw, and potentially others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Important to note, this is the 58 volt. They also come in an 18 volt. This kit here in this box with just this setup, tool only, the power head with the line trimmer attachment, you're looking at $399. That's without batteries, no battery, no charger. You can buy it in a kit with an 8 amp hour battery and charger for $799, and they're also doing a redemption at the moment where you get an extra 4 amp hour battery with that. So $799 with an 8 amp hour, 4 amp hour charger, and this, or $399 just for the tool only. It was a little wordy, I think. So this 58 volt trimmer, they do describe as their commercial trimmer. I'll give them credit where credit is due. You can get up to 6 years warranty with this if you register the warranty. I haven't tried it, but apparently they have some on-site service for that warranty too, if you are a commercial user, which in theory sounds good. Again, I haven't used that service. If you don't know what a combi tool is, or a multi-tool power head, like I said, you got the power head here, the attachment slots in there like that. It's a little nipple there, get that in there, and then we just tighten up this spindle here. It's not the most impressive connection system. Feels a little antiquated with this bolt spindle here that you have. Definitely not best in class for that, but where it leads the way is probably warranty, that on-site service, price, and availability. Obviously being available in Bunnings, pretty easy to get hold of. So I have done that I've done that spindle up quite tightly, and that's what I was talking about before. It's not, in my opinion, the best connection system. It's done up quite tightly, but there's a bit of play there like that, which just doesn't leave you with a lot of confidence. How tight have you got to do it up? Like that's done up very tight, but you don't want to have to do them up too tight anyway, because it's a combi tool. You want to be able to take it off and put it back on quickly to make use of the fact that you can use multiple tools. Again, I don't want to sound super critical. I have actually used one of these machines before, and they've got plenty enough power. It's plenty enough usable. All I would say is that it's not first in class, definitely, but it's not priced at a first in class price point either. If you are looking at just dipping your toe in the water of the battery stuff, it's potentially an option for you. We are putting the guard on, using it as it's intended. All that's left is the D handle, which has a nice rubberized feel. Is that plastic though? A plastic wing nut for it though, which doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Quite an aggressive angle for the D handle. Let's get that in the right position for me. Now I did just scratch up that shaft, just moving that around. Another positive, the guard is not intrusive. It's quite a good size, so that's not going to get in the way if you're doing a vertical edge. It's got 2.4mm line loaded up on it, but now I will use 2.4 line, but I prefer to use my own. There's nothing special about it. It's what I'm used to looking at, so we'll chuck some of that on. Has got their version of a speed feed head. We just have to get that head in alignment there and hopefully just poke this through easily. Yep, came out well. Get these even at two ends. Oh, I got a little long here, got a little excited. So yeah, get them even at both ends. And then the idea is to, what way do we go? Yeah, you can just ratchet that up. There we go, it's full. Bit too full, let's cut that off. 43 centimeters of line length, which isn't too bad. I've got the 4 amp hour battery in it. I think with an 8 amp hour, it's a little bit too heavy for me personally. I will have some 8 amp hours there just in case I run out of battery. I do have 2 4 amp hour batteries, but that should more than easily get through what I'm doing today. Okay, so here's our little test patch. We have a petite, it's probably the best way to describe it, petite granny flat backyard. Not a big area at all, but lots of grass. Growing in a weird way. Tons of growth there, not so much here. Have a look at that buffalo. Look at it. I'll go stand next to it so you get some idea of the scale. Bear in mind, as always, I am 7'2". That's some long buffalo. Here is the mower that's previously been used to attempt this, hence why it probably looks like this. Other thing I've got to say, these things just do not hold the trimmer attachment. That's spun out. That is done up extremely tight. The nipple was in there at the start, and it's just rotated around. That's just, it's bad design, man. Done it again. Just slips out from where the nipple is and then just rotates. And that's done up tight, like what am I missing here? So, same experience I had with this machine last time I used it. The trigger fatigue, the finger fatigue you get from the trigger, you know, it's got quite a heavy spring or something in there that when you're holding the trigger down for a while, your finger feels a little strained. Which if you're doing something, you know, day in, day out, you're going to notice that over a period of time. I like a nice light trigger that's very responsive. I'd kind of compare it to the Ego multi-tool, maybe even a little bit harder. So we've got a nice little pile going. That corner already looks 1,000 times better. That's the first battery done. Got through some thick stuff. Again, just a 4 amp hour battery. There we go. Pretty much all knocked down. Big pile of grass, look at that. Just got to clean up down there where that drain is, or that stormwater access anyway. Okay, so that is the AEG 58V line trimmer. Definitely got some positives. It's got enough power to get through that stuff. That was very, very thick stuff. So great that it got through it. Price is decent. Warranty's great. But there's a few issues there that, in my opinion, need to be addressed. And I'm sure they will be on the next model. Where it attaches, it doesn't hold it tight. It ends up rotating around. Then your trimmer head's all of a sudden like this and you're going, what's going on? And that's just, I've tried 2 different trimmers and both of them had that issue, so not really great. Pretty fundamental flaw. I tried it as tight as I could, as loose as I could, and just nothing seemed to change anything there. The other thing is that trigger. If you're a commercial user and using it for long periods all day, your fingers are going to get quite tired on it. The other thing, the batteries, they're painfully slow to charge, slower than most of the other batteries that I have. I'm going to drop it off to Karthik, Obsessive Lawny, who I do a podcast with, give him a try of it, see what he thinks over the next couple of days, and we'll talk about it more on the podcast. See you next time.